Hello again and welcome back to some climbing news. Ladies of climbing have been on an absolute tear lately, so let's just get started. Roll the intro. And starting us off today, I spent the weekend not watching, but listening. Just listening to Hamish MacArthur's Send video of Megatron, and it's taught me a level of mindfulness I never thought I would ever achieve. I can now announce to all of you fully and with confidence that I have reached complete inner peace, which is why I now say to you, fellow present metaphorical beings, that the fact that Janja announced her flash of Buddha dreaming exactly 37 minutes and 56 seconds after I had begun rendering my past bi-weekly update on the climbing world does not bother me. So you see, much like how Hamish has managed to transcend his body through the flow state he enters when trying incredibly hard to boulder problems, I too have reached my own personal nirvana, one where the news of the day does not and will not ever affect me on a personal level. I went to Target yesterday and bought wind chimes. Can you hear them? Aren't they wonderful? Yes, they really are. So with that said, let me return to my characteristically energetic persona. Let's talk about Janja Garnbret. Alright, so I'm a Master Shifu dude, channeling inner peace out the wazoo. I'm fine. Janja's no big deal. What is a big deal is that Buddha dreaming flash. The fact that the grade is kind of iffy. But look, before I talk about whether I think it should count as 8C plus or 9A, we need to talk about what a flash of a route means. Again, because even if this route is just 8C plus, flashing a route that hard is still incredibly rare. And not just for women, for the boys too, okay? Look, I keep using the poor guy as an example of this, but you see this shit? This is Stefano Gasolfi's 8A.NU scorecard. You see what there is decidedly missing in what is probably one of the most impressive tick lists in the entire world? Yeah, it's an 8C plus flash. Actually, there's only one 8C flash too, and only one 8C on-site. Did you know that Janja has 4 of those? That's impressive. All right, so we all know the difference between a flash and an on-site, right? On-site, you get 0 info about the climb at all. For a flash, you can get as much info as you want. You're just not allowed to touch the holds or hang on them. Actually, you are allowed to touch the holds. You're just not allowed to hang on them. But it seems all the info Janja was given was actually just super unhelpful. Poor girl apparently looked more lost than I do when I accidentally find myself in front of the monthly slab reset. Except the difference is she's Janja Garnbret and I'm not, which means she sends and I flail like a magic card. Point is, she spent about 30 minutes on the wall when most people take about 10 minutes to do this thing. She spent a bunch of time fumbling around looking for the best beta to do the top crux. She completely missed a giant rest in the middle of the route, and on top of all of that, she did the whole freaking thing without knee pads or knee bars. It was a complete and total goddamn disaster. The kind of thing that most people would cringe at. That same almost involuntary feeling of a repulsion that just absolutely makes you feel like looking away isn't something you choose to do, but rather is something you have to do. What women in today's day and age might refer to as an ick. Look, if you can't tell I'm being hyperbolic, put your phone down and try out this thing called media literacy, okay? Read a book or something. Listen, the reason I just said what I did the way I did is because I'm trying to make a point. Obviously, no one's cringing watching Janja climb. Girl climbs better than 99% of the planet. Myself included, especially. What I'm trying to get at is that this flash attempt on Buddha dreaming did not go perfectly. Actually, as far as flash attempts go, it sounds like it went really freaking bad. And yet, and this is the important part, she still freaking did it. Now, I don't know about you, but anytime I've ever fucked up a flash to the point that I have to spend a bunch of time trying to figure out beta and where holds are mid-climb, and I still flash, the only reason that works out is because whatever it is I was trying to flash is way, 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 way below my limit. So, by the law of transitive property, Janja was not at her limit either. And that is terrifying. But in a good way. But okay, so the whole conversation this weekend has been about whether or not her send should count as 9A or 8C+. I personally think it's pretty freaking cut and dry. Adam Andra sent without knee pads when he did the first ascent. When knee pads became popular, beta was changed. The climb was repeated a bunch and was ultimately retroactively downgraded. Seems pretty simple to me. 8C plus with knee pad, 9A with no knee pad. How did Janja do this thing? Oh, that's right. She sent with no knee pad. Easy money. First 9A flash by a woman. Back it up and go home. Actually, no, not even. Take it back out the box. Listen, do you people even fucking realize that there have only ever been 2 people in history who have flashed 9A? It's Adamandra, Alex Megos. That's it. Okay? That is it. Adamandra, Alex Megos. Now Janja freaking Garnbret. Now you can pack it back up. No, actually, no. Not yet. All this discussion about whether it's 9A or 8C plus, and no one has seemingly asked Janja for her opinion on the subject. Not a one. Everyone's too busy speculating for themselves, and yet she's the one that sent the route and put a freaking question mark after the grade suggestion. You know what that means? That's doubt right there. And let me tell you, it's not doubt about whether this thing's 8C or 8C plus. It's doubt in the other fucking direction, okay? She is too damn humble to stand at the top of the proverbial climbing mountain and tell the world, look at me, I'm Janja goddamn Garnbret. I'm hot shit and I'm the hottest shit in the freaking Alpine or something. I don't know, mountaineer. My metaphors are getting all crossed up. It's a classic flash doubt. The old, if I flashed it, it's soft fallacy we fall into. Girl, listen, if you actually watch this stupid show, Adamandra is the most experienced fucker at going up grippy trails on the planet. That dude's a giant sandbagging asshole. Just look at Will Bosey's experiences on Terra Nova and Silence. Poor guy came back from Norway looking like he just charged Normandy. They're both Norse. And Adamandra said 9A with no knee pads. And then Stefano Gisolfi, who has, I'd say, a pretty, solid resume of 9A routes, agreed. So just take your place at the top where we all know you should already be and belong. And God, it's getting annoying having to wait for you to do what we already know you can do. So just own up to it. Jesus. But yeah, honestly, this flash was ridiculously impressive. Dude that took the photo says the beta she got was for tall people and did not work for her at all. So this was basically an on-site, or like just in between a flash and an on-site, if that even exists. It's a flash site. So, incredible stuff, especially given that she even missed the most important rest. Like, the way she climbed it, you could even go so far as to say that most people would consider it to be 9A plus, which is actually insane. I mean, she's not gonna tick 9A plus, but like, you get what I mean. Now she's in Switzerland, and she's bouldering, and she very, very quickly just sent an AP plus boulder problem called regret. So, let the age of Janja begin, man. I'm getting antsy already. And just because I can't at least not give her at least a little bit of shit for something to make myself feel better, because, of course, the top out, like really? Knees? You don't use knee pads on the hard route you flash and you top out using knees like if you were doing your first V2 outdoors? What the fuck was that? Trying to give the boulder's name some literary symmetry? I regret watching that whole video until the end. That was rough. No wonder she's the best calm climber on the planet. Girl's probably topped out over less boulders than I have. That's not a very high number. She's the GOAT, man. Maybe we're all the ones that are doing it wrong. Is this gonna be like a Regina George with the cut-up t-shirt situation? Next week's everyone's gonna be topping out like toddlers, aren't they? Probably. Anyways, massive congratulations to Janja. I hope my general stupidity doesn't get in the way of people understanding how big of an accomplishment this is. Both the 9A flash and honestly the AP plus boulder. I mean, she did that like way too quickly. Yeah, this is just absolutely incredible, but also not unexpected. And then let's talk about Laura Rogora, who is also in the news yet again for sending more stuff. Honestly, this girl is... She's just pissing me the fuck off. What am I supposed to, am I supposed to act all happy about how she's been publishing her sends? Girl puts up an absurdly abstract photo of herself hang-dogging from so far away. She's 2 black pixels against the blue sky, or a zoomed-in photo of what I think might be a rock. And then she puts a little green checkmark emoji in the name of the climb she's done. It's not the most aesthetic thing in the world. Normally I wouldn't care. If it weren't for the fact that she does this as stories and then doesn't fucking save them. So you know what that means? I don't know if I don't know. I don't know if I saw that she sent Super Krakenet this week, or if I've just gone completely insane and I'm just imagining all this and really I'm just sitting alone in the corner of this room rocking back and forth while wearing a tutu, like if I was Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura. Because no one else has posted about her doing super cracking-net, but I swear to God I saw that somewhere. Not Climbing Magazine, not Gripped, not her tagged Instagram post, not even 8ANU. But I swear it was there. And I know this dude saw something too. And here's the thing, putting up stories where you mention the climbs you've done is fine, because she sometimes does a follow-up post where she talks about what she did in her stories. But the problem is she also doesn't always freaking put every climb she did in her follow-up post. So again, I ask you, someone please in the comments, am I going crazy? Did Laura send super cracking net, or did she not? She's not answering my DMs. Please, someone put me out of my misery. But I guess I do have to at least talk about what I know for a fact she did do, which is Le Cadafist, the 9A/plus or 514D 15A, which is just an absolute mouthful of a slash grade. And she did it in 4 goes too, which is incredibly impressive. I mean, look, Janja, is Janja, and she's doing what she does, but it's kind of cool to see that Laura's actually very much there too. I mean, we can't minimize how strong Laura is. Let's not forget, she is the only woman to have ever on-sighted 8C+, which is just an absolutely nuts accomplishment. And she'd probably be able to gather by my entire section on Jana. And also, if you really want to get a detailed understanding of that, here's a little video about it that, where I covered when she actually did that. Next, we're going to talk about Jana Svecova, who she's got a cat. And I fucking love that cat. It's simple. I've never met that cat, but I love that cat, and I would probably die for that cat. That's the story. Look at that cat. It's a climbing cat. Makes me happy. But no, okay, cat aside, girl's been injured since early August. Not particularly sure what happened. Just know she had 2 pulley injuries, which if you've been climbing for a while and you immediately went ugh, when you heard that, you're a climber, you know what's up. Probably was also the cat's reaction. Anyways, pulley injuries are a bitch. She's not been climbing all that much, which is a real bummer, because she's strong as all hell and sends hard stuff all the time, and that's rad. But Jana has just reported on Instagram that she was able to send an 8A called Ninja, that her fingers are starting to feel good again. Not only that, she's going to be trying some hard stuff on her trip to Switzerland, which is extremely exciting. So no regrets. Fucking regrets. Regret. Regrets. Fucking Jana. Are you kidding me? Freaking 36 minutes after I start rendering your post, first female flash. Why the fuck? Does she hate me? Dude, Hamish's thing does not work at all. Mindful? Fuck you, mindful. Mindful of what? The fact that my view count got screwed by a pro climber for the 4th goddamn time? Oh, you think this is fun? You think it's fun to miss Simone Lorenzi's sending Sleepwalker? Or be 3 hours early to Brooks' send of Excalibur? Or Yannick's flash of that 1v15, whatever the fuck it's called, by a quarter of a day? No. That's not fun. That's not cool. Of course I'm not fine. Sorry, that one kind of came out of nowhere. I'm fine. Let's get back to this section on Jana. So Jana Garnbret, Jana's fuck. Okay, I took a breather. It's fine. Congratulations to Climbing Jane. She changed her Instagram handle to her name, but apparently I literally cannot even say that right now. So deal with it. Congratulations to her. I'm so happy for her for getting over a pulley injury, just like I'm gonna get over my newly minted beef with what's-her-face. It's fine. Okay, and then, okay, thank God, it's Angie, it's Angie Scarth-Johnson, everybody. Aren't we happy to talk about Angie? Even the name Angie just gives me happy vibes. We're all about being happy, good, positive people over here on Some Climbing News. So that's how we're gonna be. Yay! Look, so Angie just got the first ascent of an AP Plus 514A in rifle called Full Tilt. That's not ironic. And rifle, I mean, the place is a mega classic area. I genuinely thought it'd be climbed out. I don't think the climbing world's heard of an FA over there in at least a very, very, very long time. And honestly, it's awesome stuff. Angie says she feels like a fairy when she's in rifle, whatever that means. But, good for her. Maddie Hong mentioned it's the hardest ever female first ascent over there, which is pretty freaking cool. And honestly, there's not really much else to say other than to show you a photo of a porta potty next to some cows. Fairies. I don't know. I'm only kidding. Honestly, I love how she climbs. Go check out the video of her in Argentina from the North Face if you haven't. Her send of Reacción Indirecta is impressive as hell. Little pockets and stuff. It's cool. And then let's talk Olivia Ogier. She's American, so I'm guessing that's how she pronounces her last name. Sending Apex Predator 8C plus 514C in Utah. And honestly, I can't find much info about the route. Only that I think Joe Kinder got the second ascent and Jonathan Seegers got the third repeat, but otherwise, I have no idea who opened this, who bolted it, who FA'd it. Someone in the comments that knows, send help, please, for multiple reasons. But apparently a huge amount of effort from Olivia, who not only had to take 2 relatively short trips to try the route, which is always a pretty rough thing to have to go through. I mean, the pressure just builds like crazy when you know you have a short window to, really perform. But on top of that, she seems to really hate tires. Apparently had to change them twice. Like literally wrote in her 8a.nu post that she had to get 8 new tires, which so someone explain to me how that happens, or I actually don't. I really don't want to know. But anyways, look, it's a huge congratulations to Olivia Ogier on her first 8C plus. That is really freaking awesome. And then Eva Hammelmueller just keeps freaking chipping away at her pyramid, or not chipping away. It's more like she's just adding to its base. This chick is insane. I want her to do a 9A plus so freaking badly. Anyways, past 2 weeks, Eva has managed to send 2 8C plus 514Cs and 2 8C 514Bs. Last weekend, girl sent Love 2.1 8C plus. And I mean, like, just damn. I mean, I don't say this a lot, but that is a sick sport climb. Anyways, she did that on Saturday. Sunday, she sent Reality Check 8C and just a little bit of icing on a cake. That was that first weekend she sent every single grade from 8A to 8C plus, which is pretty freaking rad. This last weekend, though, she got on Gambit 8C plus and sent, and then got on Resistance 8C, which she did in 2 tries. Easy money. Eva, if you're watching this, just try harder things. Seriously, we all know you can do it. Just go and do it. Not that hard. But just try the harder stuff. Anyways, this weekend brings her tally up to a total of 41 8C routes and 14 8C pluses, which is just, I mean, it's awesome and absolutely insane. Okay, then quick hit. Sean Bailey just made easy work of the 8C Ultra Classic Ultra Hard Mantle from Dirt Grows the Flowers. Such a special and unique boulder with, again, my favorite name for a boulder ever. Go check out people's sends of this thing because it's just honestly so freaking rad. I love this boulder. I hate mantles, and yet I love this boulder. I don't know why. It's probably the name and the history of it, like just Dave Graham being Dave Graham. I don't know. There's something really cool about it. Go check it out. It's honestly freaking awesome. And then an episode like this, where I keep it super together, would not be complete with at least mentioning my nemesis, good old Jules Marchaland, looking so completely overpowered on Solar Plexus 8C, which you should go check out. In case you can't tell, and as far as I can see, it's next to, or basically on, a river, which means all those solid looking crimps are probably god awful. Like absolutely freaking horrid. Probably super slopey, incredibly smooth, so like totally frictionless. I'm actually complimenting this guy. What am I doing? I'm getting soft. That's what I'm doing. This is terrible. Jesus. Yeah, he looked overpowered, man. He should be trying harder stuff, which is actually exactly what he did. He's working off the Wagon sit, which I have opinions on that climb. Most people think it's amazing. I think it's not great. I'm sorry, it sucks. It doesn't suck. It's kind of like mid-tier. The stand AP Plus is one of the greatest climbs of all time, to be fair. The sit, it adds a few moves that are cool, but they're nothing particularly special in comparison. But, on top of that, the rock apparently kind of sucks, or at least I don't know, some weird stuff's been going on. It's a crystal is missing from one of the holes, which makes the big crimp you're going to quite a bit bigger. How that crystal disappeared, no one really knows, but it is suspicious. Usually when a hold breaks on accident, people report it and tell the community. When a hold gets chipped and is made slightly bigger on purpose, it obviously goes unsaid, because while there is no cheating in climbing, that specifically, chipping, is not only cheating, but it makes you an absolute piece of shit baby child. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen, and if you're the kind of person that chips, I have zero respect for you as a person. Period. But yeah, so chipped hold, which isn't the rock's fault, but also a key foothold, broke not too long ago, meaning the original sequence Sean Rabatu did when he got the FA a few years ago is no longer possible. Jules has apparently found the way, a new way that's harder, which is cool, but like, I don't know, man, it's kind of a bummer to hear that that boulder is kind of chossy. Like, it just ruins the mystique somehow, you know? Like, you hear so much about Switzerland rock being, you know, absolute bulletproof, like you're imagining like the greatest rock in the entire world, and then suddenly it isn't, and that it kind of sucks. But anyways, I'm sure I pissed a lot of you off by saying Off the Wagon Sit isn't all that great. To be clear, I think that the stand, the V14 AB Plus, is probably one of the greatest boulders of all time. It's freaking iconic. You'd be an idiot not to think so. It's just the sit, like it really just, it doesn't add much that's all that interesting to it. So I don't know, like it completes the line, but what's special about it is the top rose campus move. Plus also the fact that there were so many other naming opportunities for it and it just stayed as Off the Wagon Sit. It's kind of a bummer. What the hell do I know, man? I'm probably super wrong here. You guys let me know. Just yell at me for being an idiot. That'd be fine. And then, yeah, last segment of the day, I just want to highlight Tension Climbing, putting up another video on their channel called Undeniable Vibes. Features a bunch of moderates and Squamish, and if you haven't checked it out, can't recommend it more. The vibes really are undeniable. And look, it's always really cool to see videos like this where it's not all about high numbers, it's more about the quality of everything. Really just makes me want to go to Squamish. Like, really makes me want to just do a big climbing trip with all my friends. If that is not something you've ever done, by the way, highly recommend you look into doing that because it's freaking awesome. And yeah, I'm just gonna say I'd love to start highlighting smaller channels, and personally would love to be able to check out anyone that's doing new stuff. So if you've got any recommendations for me to check out, please let me know, either in the comments below or DMs, whatever. But hey, that was some climbing news. Like I said, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thanks for watching, tolerating my rants. Help me keep my sanity by throwing in a like, a subscribe, or a comment if you haven't already. I will hopefully be seeing you guys on Friday, of course. But in the meantime, and as always, go climb some stuff.